Hi there. This is a video about binding the guitar. It's not really a tutorial. I mean, the story is I bought a Knoxville kit guitar about 5 years ago, replaced the tuners and pickups and stuff like that. And I'm really happy with the guitar. But I originally wanted a double bound 62 reissue type Telecaster. So 5 years down the line, I decided then to buy some binding and stick some binding on, route it out obviously, and well, this is what it's all about basically, to see if it actually works, because usually you would add the binding at the beginning of the build. But anyway, that's what this is all about. So it's not really a tutorial. I'll show you what I mean. So this is Knoxville kit guitar I built a couple of years ago. It's got some black binding, it's very thin, but it's not nice a routed bit. And I'm going to route that out and stick the binding in after it's all been finished. So I'd be interested to see if that, if that's going to work. That's the whole point of it. I want to put it on the back of this as well, but on the back of this Telecaster it's quite round. It's not square on the edges. So I'm not sure if this binding is going to work, but I'm going to give it a bash anyway, because what I really do want is a double bound Telecaster. So I'm going to give it a bash. With no more ado, let's go down to the workshop. Let's take everything off the guitar. I'm not going to do this naked, unless you write it no. And we'll go down and we'll give this a bash. I'm going to route it out and see if we can stick this on. I'll be using super glue most likely. Totally unprofessional, but that's how I roll. Cheers. Terrible. I mean, as I said, worst case scenario, as we like to say, is buy a new body for 56 quid or 56 euros. But as you say, that's what it's going to look like, which is an improvement. If you can see that, yeah, and that's what I want. And what I'll do, I'll get some warm air on that and pre-bend it all for that. But that's okay, yeah. So I'm happy with, I can't really show you. I'm happy with that. And what I'll do, I'll restain part of it. While I'm doing all that, I decided to redress the frets because I think the frets at this end of the guitar were a little bit high, and so I was getting a bit of, not fret buzz, but I had to have quite a high action. So I'm hoping to be able to lower the action a bit. I've also ordered from Thomann a new bridge that I can put the string through the body, because at the moment it lays in an ashtray type bridge, which is okay, but I like the modern type bridge. So I'll be drilling through the hole, through the body to put the strings through, and a new pick guard, and a few new electric bits as well. So it's been completely renovated. It's still going to be basically the same guitar, except that I've messed around with it. Okay, onwards and upwards, and I'll check in with you later. Take care. Right, so that's one job done. That's the neck finished. That's really come up nice. I mean, for a cheap old neck, look at that. Beautiful. Put some metal paste on it with a Dremel. did all the crowns with this crowning file. I'm not quite sure if that's good, but it's done the trick. They're nice and smooth. They've got a nice bow on them. Okay, so that's that part finished. I'll be interested to find out how the new bridge, if the new bridge fits perfectly on this, where this one was. I'm pretty sure it does. Well, I'll just take this up just to hold it in place, and I'm going to try and warm this just slightly to see if I can. It won't be too. I just want.
Town, I can fix you right up for a buck and a dime. No red carpet, just cardboard and crates. Meet new friends, make no mistake. No one's coming to rescue you. He's gonna love you much more than they do. He won't let you down. Long you walk the streets in his town. She didn't even get to say goodbye. Didn't get to see the tears that they cried. She had just young love in her eyes, towing the bad boy's line. He turned around like no one else before. She was his slave, just and no more. When she walked the streets at night, even after our first hit, still never felt right. Ooh, yeah. Never felt right. Ooh, ooh.
Right, that's how it looks. In there a little bit. It's okay. There's one place up here that didn't go as well as I expected, but hey. But it works with super glue. I mean, that's in there. I mean, it may fall off in 2 years' time. But as I say, I'm pleased with the outcome. The next challenge is I'm fixing a new bridge, a modern bridge, it's a little vintage. And I'll be interested to see how that fits. Got some electronics and a new pick guard. Couple of coats of lacquer, and it'll look like a new guitar, albeit with some cheap binding on it. Get back to you later. Right, for the obvious reason, I'm marking this out and getting it exact, because the original delivered bridge the holes were already pre-drilled, so you couldn't really make a mistake. But I mean, a couple of millimetres could make a huge difference. So what I've added, I've put some nylon twine, fisher's line, on this, and then I'm going to put on the electronics so everything fits, because I think you should pre-fit everything like that. Or does it go like that? I can't remember now. Does it make any difference? No, I think it's like that, isn't it? So it goes there, and I also bought a vintage style pickguard. I wasn't getting a cheaper one for €10 somewhere, but this has got a vintage look, and it's just perfect with the cream binding. So I'm pleased I didn't take the cheap option. It's quite unusual for me. So this, slip that underneath there. We'll wiggle this about. See if we can get this sort of. Oh yeah, that's looking okay. So I think we can move that about a bit, but it is more or less. So, well yeah, that's okay. It's just, once again, put my glasses on, get this lined up. You can't move about too much with this, but this is actually a little bit further forward. I can't get much further forward than that. Move that there. So the strings, you can't see from here, the strings are lined up perfectly on the fretboard. Yeah, so it literally is just drilling one hole to get this bridge placed, and then jiggle it about a bit so I'm absolutely 100% certain, which I more or less am there. But it's not a great place to actually jiggle it about, because where the routed hole out for the pickup, the bridge pickup, there's not a lot of wood left over to screw into, so I'm sort of like happy there. I'll stand back and have a look at that from afar. Let's say the strings or the nylon line, yeah, that works for me. So what I'll do, I'll just stand up and look at this a few times, make sure I'm doing it right, maybe get an old photo and make sure I'm putting this in the right direction. I can't really remember now. But anyway, I'll get back to you, I'll screw this all in, and then we'll start doing electronics. It's almost finished then, isn't it? But it's, once again, I really preferred that I got the double binding on there, but yes, if it all works and plays nicely, I'll be very, very happy. Even though the finish isn't that good, I don't care. It was how I wanted originally, so I'm really pleased. Get back to you later. Right, okay then. Well, back again. I've eventually got the ferrules through the post. I'm totally underwhelmed. I mean, they're so minuscule. Yeah, they're just rubbish. But I've got no other choice but to use them. I expect it to be much, much bigger. That you could lose the ball end of the string actually inside the ferrule where it'll hold it. But these is just, yeah, they're just pretty rubbish. But I've got nothing else. So it's really a case of drilling. I'll have to take the bridge off where the holes are, drill through one hole for the string, and then a slightly bigger hole for the ferrule, so it holds in on the lip bit. It's a couple of millimetres. I mean, I don't know if they're going to hold the strength of the string. Right, so I've marked where the hole should be. And this is. I want to try and get this as straight as I possibly can.
I walked you home just an hour ago. I'm outside your house, but it's freezing cold. Didn't get your number, wanna see
so this is what the outcome is. I mean, in a perfect world, the ferrule should be laying flush with the back of the body, and the ball ends of the string should go deep into the body, so that's nice and flush. Unfortunately, the ferrules I got, they've worked, I suppose, but it's not really what I wanted. Thank God no one looks at the back of the guitar. I'd have liked to make them a little bit deeper, but once the ferrule's in, you're not going to get it out. So it's stuck in with super glue. Once again, good old super glue. So I'm not overly excited about it, but it does work. As you can see, I put some strings on. You know, yeah. The action's nice and low. Okay, I've got to do the intonation, and I've got to mess around with the bridge. I've just quickly put on some strings, and I'll do the intonation, and we'll go up to the small studio.
Strike while the iron's hot, that's what you say. Little sister's watching through a crack in the door. Your mother's coming down, let's cover the whole thing. Oh, should've thought this made a better plan. Should've thought this made a better plan.
Right, hi, how you doing? Well, if you've got this far in the 18 minutes of this video, I mean, it's 18 minutes of your life you're never going to get back. But if you got this far, then you're a better man than myself. Anyway, so there she is. You've seen it quite a few times now, but I'm absolutely happy. I mean, I've said it quite a few times. If there's anything I should take from the whole video is the super glue thickness. It should really be medium or maybe even thick, but I'd say with medium thickness super glue when you're putting the binding in. It works, it's easy. You see how easy it went. It's very, very simple. As I say, after actually renovating the whole guitar, filing down the tops of the frets, dressing the frets, and putting a new bridge on for the intonation, it just plays much, much better. So once again, I'm happy, and it's still basically the same guitar. So that's the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. It's 18 minutes of your life you're never going to get back, as I said. But what I'm thinking of doing in the new year, I'm looking for like-minded musicians. When I say that, I actually mean musicians who play and write their own songs. I'm a hobby guitarist and hobby music. I'm not a professional, as you can obviously see. If you look down on the description, the links, I'll give you links to the SoundCloud and my YouTube channel. You can see what type of music I write and play. So what I'm looking at doing a channel, forum, platform for people, like-minded people like myself, people that play instruments. So if you're a 12-year-old with 2 fingers and a laptop, need not apply. This isn't really the channel for you. I mean, if you can't sing and rap, just don't waste your time. This isn't the place for you. If you're into techno, well, just don't bother. This isn't for you. I'm looking for people that actually play instruments, play songs, write songs. If acoustic guitar, I mean, but keyboard or whatever, but that actually play instruments and not programmed loops and all the rest of it. The only thing I use as programmed is the drums. But other than that, if you're the sort of person that likes that sort of stuff, then I'll maybe start a channel in the new year. So that's it. Like and subscribe. Add some comments if you fancy coming to that music writing jamboree, and I'll see you again. Okay, cheers.
We let our hormones get the best of us. Got no one else to blame. We left a nasty stay.